Hello guys, my name is Tara. Welcome to my channel. This will be your month's reading. We are doing this month from mid-May to mid-June for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For those of you who are new to my channel, I have tried to do this a few times before, but unfortunately every time I've had problems with my cameras, but I have just purchased a new webcam that I think will really help me stay on top with posting videos regularly. So thank you for your patience. Without further ado, I will be doing your reading. It's a general reading, so as I will always say, take what resonates with you and omit what doesn't. If you're listening to this and the whole time you're like, nah, that's not what's going on with me at all, then like I just might not be the reader for you, and that's okay. If it's sort of picking up but it feels like something's a little off, then I would check and listen to your like moon or rising signs reading as well and see if that helps you any further. But if not, then yeah, no biggie. Everything's energy, guys, so I might just like we might not be on the same energy level right now, and that's okay. But without further ado, I will be doing your reading. I think I said that before, but no, I really will. I'm just spraying like sage spray because I was just doing a Cancer reading, and you know how those emotions like to stick onto everything. Alright, guys. So, how are my Leos feeling? It's kind of how I feel. Like when I talk to a Leo, I just feel like I need to be like so much more dramatic, you know? I really do like Leos though. Like Leo men really drive me nuts. No offense, guys. They just seem to be a little bit like forceful to me. But like Leo women are like kind of my favorite people to be around. They're really fun. I am also using the manga tarot, guys, if any of you are wondering, for this reading. I do this and then I like can't pick it up off my tarot cloth. Isn't that funny? Okay. I went to like do it again. Alright. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Alright, so with the first card that came out, we see the Five of Pentacles. I feel like it's sorry for the glare. They're still glare. So the Five of Pentacles is the first card that came out, and that card is all about financial loss, or the loss of something that's practical. So it's a possibility that this month you've had a financial loss, or you're just feeling like not so great about yourself. You feel like you're locked out in the cold, you feel like your friends are having fun without you, you feel like there's a lot of things going on around you that you're not a part of, you just kind of feel really alone. I really just feel like there's a big financial loss here, and I feel like that mostly because, well, we just came out of like the Aries energy not too long ago, and I feel like during Aries time, Leos have a tendency to overspend and overindulge because they have the like impulsiveness of an Aries, and this could be speculating a little bit, but I just feel like that's what I've seen around me a lot. So I want to say a lot of this is financial, but then I see the Page of Cups and the Five of Swords. So it's a possibility that you're mourning this like lust, I want to say, because the Page of Cups isn't really like, you know, unconditional love or anything like that. It's like full on like puppy love, like you can do no wrong, I'm wearing rose tinted glasses, So this could, if not a financial loss, be like a loss of a potential suitor, or the loss of someone that you viewed as as being very as having like very high regards for. So it's a possibility that you are feeling the loss of somebody that you really like thought was going to add up to be a lot more, or you just had like really high expectations, because I feel like they deceived you. And yeah, because with the Five of Swords, the Five of Swords is all about like deceit and someone like really, like the Seven of Swords is like kind of being watched and like trying to get away with something being sneaky, but like the Five of Swords is like it's really hard to come back to after you do something. It's like someone really fucked up, and now like everyone's walking around away with hurt feelings. So it's a possibility that someone that you really were into really hurt your feelings, and you're really feeling that loss. But I feel like that there was a reason for that, and I say that because the next cards that come out, it's interesting. Six of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Star. Now with the Three of Cups, it points to a celebration, yes, but it's just never really been like a party. Anytime that I like see that card, I'm never like, yeah, you're gonna have a party. And it's not so much that I see it as like a third party situation, as like, someone's cheating, because it's more of like, if it's points to a third party situation, it points to one that's like okay with it. So like if it was, let's just say this was something like adding a third person to the mix of a personal relationship, I would say that it was spoken about and accepted on all sides. But it's possibility that you go to a party, if this is a party. It's possibility that you go to a party and you run into somebody from your past. And this person was a soulmate, because the Six of Cups is a soulmate card, and with this I feel like you've had a past with them. A semi-recent past. They may have been in your you may have had a relationship with them, or a romantic feelings towards them within the last, let's say, I want to say 3 years for a lot of you Leos. 3 months, 3 years, 3 weeks, things like that, but 3 years was the first one that came out. So it's a possibility that someone from around 3 years ago is coming back into your life. And it's a possibility that this person is an Aquarius, or it's a possibility that you view them as somewhat of like a savior, somewhat of a saving grace. At one point they were a wish of yours. It's a possibility that this is also a wish that you had in the past that is coming back. This person makes you feel alive. They make you feel very creative. They make you feel like they're bringing a lot to you. I don't think that this is necessarily a romantic bringing back, because I don't think you're going to be like over it after this past week. I just think that this first week you're feeling a lot of disappointment by that, and you're going to have, by now this first week being this week in May, the second week meaning next week. As I record this is May 13th. Sorry, like if you're watching this later, but I have a feeling that around next week you'll go to some kind of a party or an event, or you'll be speaking to friends and someone will bring this person up. And somehow or another, you're going to be taken aback. And I don't think it's that, like, now it just ends up being a relationship, but I think it's more like someone just kind of stirred the pot and, like, threw something at you. And you're starting to see things a little bit differently. But you're still holding on to something. You might be holding on to a grudge with this person. With the Four of Pentacles, there's a lot of red here, so I feel like there's a lot of temperament. And 4 is about, like, holding on, about, stability in a way, but it's more like, the Four of Pentacles is more like holding on to things because they're scared of, like, losing something. But I feel like you're being advised to take a leap of faith, or you will take a leap of faith, but if you do so, I feel like if you do so, you'll find new depths. You'll find that you were going after the Page of Cups, but you're now getting the King. So you were getting unfulfilled promises, but with this new person, you feel like when they tell you something, they're telling you the truth. And it's a possibility that that was always the case with this person. You always had open communication and they were always telling you the truth, but it wasn't what you wanted. So it's a possibility that they come back and you kind of know that whatever you're getting with this person is kind of how it is. Cool. Oh shit. Sorry. Wow, there's a lot of love in the air this month. What's going on, guys? The Lover's card is the next to come out with the Four of Swords and also the Tower. So, I can say, because this is a general reading, that this can be two things. For one, it can be that a Gemini in your life, that this person is a Gemini, you know, if they were in Aquarius before, that this person is a Gemini. And this person makes you really want to keep time by yourself. You really need to recuperate and find stability within yourself by going within, by having rest. Another thing that I could see with this card is in having, if that's the case, that in having this time to yourself, or by having rest with this person, you're able to balance out those energies, but you have a dramatic realization that really breaks a lot of the molds that you've been in so far. Or this is your soulmate, and when you think that things aren't moving because you've had a week or two break since that last meeting, then you will have a tower moment by the second week into June. You will have a tower moment where things totally shake up your reality. Someone is going to break a mold or break a paradigm of what you've expected of that person, what you think about them, what you think about relationships. Guys, everything's, there's like a lot about love right now, but I don't know that it's necessarily like easy. I think everyone's breaking out of old things and getting new things thrown at them, but they're not necessarily ready for. And the bottom of the deck is the Justice card, so I feel like this is some truth that you've been knowing for a really long time, but everything is kind of getting settled at this time. It's also a possibility that you have a court case come up. You may have an issue, a tower issue, where you get taken to court by someone, maybe the first person, maybe the person that screwed you over in the first place. It's a possibility that this is not necessarily something where it's like a fleeting thing, but just someone that wasn't giving you promises. So if it was someone that you've been with for a long time, it's a possibility that they're taking you to court, or you're having the truth come out with that in that first week. But one way or another, there will be a tower moment. There will be change brought upon you, whether you like it or not. So the tower moment, like, you don't have a choice in this. And I'm not telling you be prepared because I want you guys to be scared, because it's not what I want. Like, there's no need to be scared. Just be aware that there are things that are going to come up for you that are going to be difficult, that you're going to need to change. And as fixed signs, you guys have a little bit of a difficulty with this at times, but I think you have the hindsight, you have the foresight to know what is right for you and what's not. So just know that you have to follow your intuition and follow your heart. And one of your biggest strengths is your heart, Leo. So if you're not using it, I mean, you have to use the energies you're given. If you're given the grace and the courage and the ability to really show people who you are and be grandiose and everything that you've been dealt, and you're not using it, then Leo, we need to talk about this, because we want you to be your best self. And that's why we do these readings, because we want to find out the energy that we're dealing with and how we can best maneuver it. So, yeah. Alright, thank you guys for your video. I will see you again next month. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, comment below, and I will see you guys next month. Thank you, Leo. Bye.